All right, I reinstalled the clutch assembly, the clutch plates, and set their the rod clearance. What is it? It's 10:30, and I got a little time. So I went over on the other side and pulled off the timing cover and took out the oil pump. Now I've shown you all this before. I want to show you one more time and then show you why it's so important. This is a little tool that goes into the end of the camshaft, which you put on here like this. It's a little tapered tool, and you put that in place, put a little grease on it. When you put the timing cover on, it slides the oil seal over the edge without catching the sharp edge of the camshaft. And if you don't use this tool, let me show you what happens. Here's the timing cover. I'm not trying to shame anybody. Please don't think I am. But here's the oil seal right here, sticking up in the air because it was put together without using this tapered tool. And it catches and it flips, and this oil seal will not oil seal. You start this bike, you'll just have oil gushing out of here. So that's why this little tool is so important. Norton's for sure, Triumph's I believe, and I'm not sure about Beezer off the top of my head. Here's the oil pump out of the bike. The oil pump and the cover go to AMR in Tucson for him to modify this area here to install a anti-drain down valve so that the oil doesn't drain down out of the gas oil tank into the sump when the bike sits idle for more than a few weeks. It's well worth doing. So that I've still got time before going to lunch. I'll probably take this down to UPS and send it off. All right, the timing cover's off, ready to be shipped. This is the oil pump. It goes with it. I will wrap it up in padding, take it down to UPS, and ship it off to Tucson. All right, I just checked the valve clearances, and all of them were perfect. This one was tight. This was not even 6, so I set him to 8. 6 and 8, they're set. I'm going to go ahead and close these up just for the heck of it, or as we like to say, just for the halibut. All right, just to catch up on the 71 Norton Commando. Oh my, I put a lot of work into it and it just doesn't show. So many little things. Covers at AMR, you know that. Valves are all closed up and adjusted and closed up. Makuni cleaned. Golly days. This is way too long. I have to get a shorter front brake cable just so that it sort of flows. Side stand installed. Battery installed. I made this really nice hold down assembly here. That holds it down solid as a rock. And the hole was already here in the battery box, so I just used it to come up and over and put a rubber mount in it. The battery's also got a dab of silicone under it and a dab of silicone on the back. There are rubber pads under it on the side and the back. The dab of silicone is just to keep it from shifting if it ever wants to. The rectifier is mounted here in front of it. Nice little area. And gosh, I don't know what else I've done. Just seems like I've been working hours and hours and hours and don't have that much to show for it visually. It's just the way it is. You know, the old why does it take 5 hours to put a 5-minute bolt through a 4-minute hole? But that's just the way it is in these things. Now the good news is I don't charge for all that time. But still, it's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and not that much visual improvement. I'm going to put the bike aside now because I've got a huge list of parts that I need to order before I can do anything else constructive. So that's where we are.